Welcome, Riddell Sports Network. I am Dan. This is Dare.
Hey, yo.
Dave.
Free advice. Don't get fucking tattoos. Oh, damn it. I freaking said
Damn it. Live. Keep
Don't
rolling.
get tattoos if you're allergic to ink. Sorry out there.
Speaking of which, Alex Verdugo apparently is allergic to his tattoos, which he's got 100 of them, so I don't understand where we're going with that. But apparently he's allergic to his tattoos and his batting gloves. He can't take off the tattoos, but he's still wearing his batting gloves for some reason.
Is this like how everyone's allergic to peanut butter nowadays? Is this something new? It's a new...
I guess. Apparently, Aroldis Chapman had the same problem recently. So
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, they said I guess he's got some kind of synthetic batting glove now, so he doesn't have to worry about the batting gloves anymore because they don't have the chromat or whatever the hell's in them.
Yeah, but how do you, couldn't you notice when you're getting the tattoo that your skin is just out of control?
Maybe it didn't do it because some people, you go your whole life eating strawberries and then you wake up one day and now you're allergic to strawberries. I'm hoping that's what happened because I hope he didn't get all these tattoos and then say, why am I itching? Why do I have sores everywhere?
Me with horseradish.
Yeah.
Literally. Went from not being allergic to I'm allergic, very, very allergic.
I mean, this does explain a lot if this is really what's going on because like we were just talking about, he fell off. He came out, he was pretty hot and played well. Now his defense isn't even that good. You know what I mean? He's just kind of lethargic. It's weird. So this would explain that.
How will he continue to get tattoos?
Oh, I hope not.
It's some crazy. Of those old the jail ones where you use a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
And what, like a clothespin? I don't know exactly how they do it, but I'm no scientist.
They're really crafty in the prisons.
All right. Yankees are 4-8 in extra innings following their 12th inning loss last night to Cleveland. And I bring this up because one of the announcers was trying to make excuses for why they're 4-8. But the reason that they're 4-8 in extras is because they're not a contact team, which is what we talked about with their World Series chances. A lot of strikeouts, not enough contact. I don't understand how you can't just bunt the guy over and dink him in. You have this stupid ass ghost runner, and he doesn't score. Cleveland scored technically 6 runs, but 5 real runs last night in the 12th inning. And can we just get rid of the second base runner, please?
I don't really mind it, but the only thing they're not cashing in. Like Yankees get the bottom, they're up in the bottom, and the score is tied. You bunt them over, sac fly, game over. Yeah, they can't do that. It's crazy. They had 2 or 3 chances last night to end the game.
Yep,
I don't know.
And they used their entire bullpen, literally every guy.
But that's it. It bites Boone in the ass.
Yep.
Him starting Peraza, him starting Trevino. Why do you not have Wells and Cabrera when they're both hot? You know what I mean? You keep playing games with these guys, and then you get into these situations, and now you want to bring Cabrera off the bench and think he's going to cash in. He did hit a bomb; it almost went out, but
Wells almost took one out too.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just crazy. I don't know.
His management of Austin Wells should get him fired.
It's horrible. He said, "Oh, he's gonna carry the whole thing. He's gonna be the main catcher. All this other stuff." You have Trevino playing every other day, and Trevino played the first day he came back. It's insane. It should be Wells 3 days, Trevino 1 day, and then Wells 3 days again, unless it's a day game after that game.
And then Wells 1 day that Trevino is catching, he should be DHing.
He should be, because now you still have whatchamacallit to back him up. Now, what's the first base? Why can't I think of him?
Ben Rice.
Yeah, Rice is a catcher. There you go. There's your insurance.
Yeah, you can dick around with subbing them in and out because you have the third catcher technically. I can't remember what occasion it was at. It was earlier this year. Maybe it was a birthday or something. How hard was I going saying you need to put Wells in before he got hot?
Yeah.
I was. You can see it, but apparently Boone can't.
His stroke is just so smooth right now.
Yeah.
So I would sit him. That's what I would do. I would sit him every other day and cool him off, get him into a funk, and then you want to play him. Doesn't make any sense.
What I would do is start him 2 days in a row, let him hit a couple home runs, and then sit him for a week. Yeah, it's real nice. All right, this is I'm going to let you take the reins on this. I'll just introduce it. But Staten Island Little League coach is mad at Aaron Judge for not acknowledging kids during the game. And I know this is a big one for you, so I'm just going to throw it over.
Yeah, this makes no sense. I mean, guys in the middle of a game, you're trying to win the game. It's a close game. We talked about that. He spent the whole time with Soto. They were there for hours, out mingling with the kids, signing balls. I mean, how much do you want from the guy? And this guy's yelling, oh, he should be, we're paying his contract. You should pay attention to the kids from New York who idolize you, blah, 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 blah. It's just ridiculous. Dude can only do so much. He's got to concentrate on the game. Then you'd be mad if he went 0 for 4. What's he going to sign autographs all the whole game too?
The biggest insult here, how about turning around or wave to New York and the kids that think you're a hero? That's pretty.
That's harsh.
That's pretty tough. I don't know.
Especially when you spent the whole day mingling with them. You know what I mean? You should have seen it. It was hours. They're out there right with the kids, signing everything. It's crazy. The dude's ridiculous.
Yeah, and during the game as well, can the guy focus?
Yeah.
Like, where were you guys 3 hours ago when he was... It's just weird. I get it. I get the feel of like, oh, he spent all his time with all these people, but it's not like a malicious act on his part.
Not at all.
No. Look at this goofy ass dude smiling. He loves the kids.
It was pretty cool. He traded a couple of his hats for a couple of the Little Leaguers hats, and he was wearing one in an interview. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. How the hell did it fit on his head?
It barely did. Looked like a little toupee.
I wonder if he and I wear the same size hat. All right. Jose Canseco inducted into A's Hall of Fame. Now, Jose Canseco is guilty for steroid use, and he's one of the best hitters. He was one of the best hitters before steroids. But do you remember him on the Yankees when he just looked like a goddamn cartoon character?
Hitting the ball 600 feet.
And he had like this squatting stand. He looked like something out of Bugs Bunny, where the legs are too small and the top half's too big. But I think this is good because each team they're not held. God damn, I didn't realize he was on all these teams. Obviously the A's, but it's good that the teams can recognize him because he's never going to get in the Hall of Fame. I don't even think he's eligible anymore. But he played from 1985 to 2001.
And that's not bad for somebody who he said had back problems in like college.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. How did you make it all this time? I guess that's where the roids came in.
I was going to say, we know.
Yeah. But I mean, they let McGuire in, the A's Hall of Fame. I mean, it's cool they let Canseco in too. He's definitely deserving. But like you said, no real Hall of Fame for him.
What really is the Hall of Fame? It's just a museum in Cleveland? Or is it at?
It's in Cooperstown.
Cooperstown.
It's only like 2 hours from here.
It's a museum. Why can't we just recognize, even if they took steroids, why can't you recognize the greatness?
Yeah, well, you got a bunch of them that did that and that are never going in. You got Clemens, you got Pettit, you got McGuire, Bonds,
Pete Rose
with his
that one is
betting stuff
is ridiculous.
Yeah, they need to let that go.
But he was betting as a coach.
But was he betting on his own team and shaving points and
betting for or against his own team? I can't remember exactly, but as the player we want him in the Hall of Fame as the player. So the guy with the most hits all time is not in the Hall of Fame. The guy with the most home runs all time is not in the Hall of Fame. The guy with the most strikeouts all time is not in the Hall of Fame. To Dare's point, just make a steroid era wing. You can call it whatever you want, but honestly, those guys in there.
Honestly, when was the hottest time in baseball? When McGuire, Bonds, Sosa were all
600-foot home runs.
Why would you care? You know what I mean? What's the difference? Does that make you hit a fastball? Does taking steroids make you hit a curveball? No. Yeah, you might heal quicker. Yeah, you might hit the ball another 100 feet, but it don't help you hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
You know what people want? They want stars on the field. And if their stars are healing quicker, they're back on the field quicker.
True.
Just let them take it. I don't care.
Yeah.
There was a funny Bill Burr. You guys know Bill Burr, the comedian? little thing he said about steroids where he's like, all these guys that were taking steroids in the 90s are going to work out the kinks for us to use it 30 years from now.
That's a great point.
Because Bill Burr's a bald prick, and he's like, by the time I'm old, I'm gonna take a pill and have a full head of hair. Let him do it. It's fine. But the thing is, it sucks for the people who don't want to take it, because then you're kind of forced to. That's the only.
Like Pettit, he was taking that not to get stronger. He was taking that because he was getting injured. You know what I mean? He kept himself on the field
when he was in Houston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got people like Sammy Sosa, who was 120 soaking wet when they came into MLB. All of a sudden, you're yanked and you're 240.
Then he corked his bat too.
Yeah, and then he's white now too. Have you seen him lately?
No.
Yeah, did that Michael Jackson thing or whatever.
Oh, no.
Well, like that's the thing with Bonds, right? Bonds was one of the best hitters, and then he started taking roids.
Yeah, huge.
He was like a doubles guy, and then just yeah. They showed. I was watching a short. You remember Eric Gagne, the closer?
Yeah.
He had like 60 something consecutive saves, and he was on roids. There's a Bonds peak roids and Eric Gagne peak roids battle. It's pretty entertaining to watch. All right. So, next Olympic season, 2028, Summer Olympics specifically, flag football will be in the Olympics. So, thoughts on the introduction of flag football? And is there any chance that any other country wins than America?
Yeah, there's no chance any of the NFL players are getting in there. You got Patrick Mahomes.
I wasn't even thinking of that. Think about some little Mexican guy trying to catch Tyreek Hill.
What about them dudes from Kenya? Them dudes from Kenya are fast as hell.
But they're only
running from lions and shit.
Straight lines, though.
True,
they can't zigzag.
We got CeeDee Lamb. What are you talking about?
Paint the ball like a lion. They'll be gone quick.
Our college team would win gold. That would be fun. What if the pros weren't eligible and you get all the best college players? That'd be fun. I think that'd be more fair too. And I have this up here, Darren. The U.S. has 2,764 medals in the Olympics. The next highest is Soviet Union with 1,010.
God damn.
The U.S. has 95 more golds than the next country has total. So, and we did the math earlier. Michael Phelps has more medals than 38 countries. Or he would be ranked 38th in country.
That's not fair though, because with swimming, you just have to swim like this and then swim like this and then swim like this. You just cleared 3 medals.
Yeah,
the same thing, but you're swimming different. Not really fair.
But you should see, there was a Ledecky chick. She swam. It was like 1,500 meters, which is back and forth on the entire length of the pool, like 150.
Are you saying underwater?
No,
just a swim period.
Swimming.
Yeah. Like it was like a marathon swim event. I can't remember exactly, so don't quote me, but it was just incredible to watch. So they have different skill sets, and then there's like the butterfly, the backstroke, all that stuff. So, but it was just, I don't know. I just thought that would be funny because that's just another gold that they're going to add to the list if we do flag football.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe we should do our high school players.
How many foreign? Are there a lot of foreign players in the NFL? It might be a stupid question, but not like basketball.
No, nothing like basketball.
Yeah.
There's not. Does any other country do football except Canada?
I think so. I can't. I've heard.
Yeah. They used to have like the European Football League.
Flag's different. Oh, they'll be able to adapt a flag. I think they'll be. I mean, they ain't gonna win, but
who's gonna win? Who's gonna win silver?
I'm telling you, them Kenyan dudes.
No.
Them dudes are fast as hell. You better hope you don't play at night.
You're live right now, sir.
That is fair, though. I'm just trying to think of any other country. Kenya's only going to have go routes, though. And you think they're gonna
don't give that dude some daylight? It'll be over. Gone.
maybe Jamaica. They got some.
Yeah.
They got some track. But they were talking about Usain Bolt for the to go to the NFL, but that dude will get crumpled quick.
Oh, yeah.
Unless he had some Randy Moss style separation, then
Hope you don't have a shot.
USA versus Iran in round 1. Like, what are we doing?
We play on sand.
Ooh, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Beach flag football. All right, this is a funny one. Nicolas Cage to star as legendary NFL coach John Madden. Upcoming biopic. Biopic.
They both sound right for some
I
reason.
think biopic.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little bit better.
What do you guys think? Their John Madden movie?
But every time you see Nick Cage in a movie,
Yeah.
he's playing Nick Cage. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see him play John Madden. Just like Morgan Freeman. It's always
That's
Morgan
true.
Freeman in every damn movie.
Did you see the movie called Long Legs?
No.
Did you
I
see
didn't
that?
see it. Yeah,
Okay.
no.
And Nicolas Cage is in that. Give that a watch when you. But
Nick Cage playing Nick Cage in that? No.
it's something. It sure is something.
I'm a fan of Madden, love Madden, but this has got me a little shaky. Nicolas Cage in his early days, his movies, you could never go wrong. Lately, I don't know. They've been a little suspect. They've been kind of weird. You watch Nicolas Cage in the past 5-6 years?
I liked his
kind of weird.
his vampire one, whatever that was
That
called.
was all right.
Renfield.
Yeah.
And what is with the hair, dude? You gotta get a fade or something. It's just setting on his head. It's just not.
It's because it's one piece like Darth Vader.
Man.
And
And it looks like straw. I don't know. Somebody needs to clip him up a little bit, line him up, and get him some bangs or something.
someone needs to tell him it's not 1974 anymore.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah. It'll be fine. I just
Yeah, I'm going
they
to put that on.
too much of a
Yeah.
fat suit on
Looks
him though.
goofy
I
as
feel
hell.
like at least if just at least let Madden drop like 30 if you're gonna make a biopic on him.
I'm sure Madden wasn't always big.
Right.
Could have played him, kind of normal weight.
Or is he playing the video game character John Madden?
Your choice.
Yeah. All right. Rookie quarterbacks are living up to the hype. So we've got a couple preseason games under our belt. This feels like a cash or trash, but I've already said it, so we're going to stick with it. So we've had a bunch of rookie quarterbacks drafted. Obviously, J.J. McCarthy out for the season, but he looked good. It was just the preseason, but the dude looked good. So Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. Has Michael Penix played at all in the preseason?
Not that I've
Haven't seen him. Bo Nix looks absolutely spectacular. It's funny. We had how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the first round, and then nothing again till the 5th. So we're gonna stick with the first rounders. So who sticks out to you, Derek? Are they living up to the hype so far?
Well, Bo Nix just got named the starter, but I think Caleb Williams obviously
He earned it. Bo Nix.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Dude's
I think Caleb Williams is obviously living up to the hype. I got a question. When did two quarterbacks work out when they were drafted top 5, top 3 in a row? When did that ever happen? Has that happened?
Yeah,
2,
I'm
3
sure.
quarterbacks? We probably have to look that up.
Yeah.
But it seems like usually only one guy sticks out
Yeah.
out of the bunch.
I was just looking at Trevor Lawrence's draft class, and all those guys other than Lawrence are it's like Zach Wilson and
Right.
So the big one that I'm thinking of is Josh Allen's draft, and every other person, to your point, except Baker. Baker's still on the fence. We don't know if he's gonna, but Josh Rosen, I called that bust a mile away. Sam Darnold, we're still waiting on him.
Yeah.
They were all drafted before or around Josh Allen. So man.
We're going to talk about Robert Griffin in a second. Him and Andrew Luck, do you remember those were the two guys, the future?
Injuries were the problem there.
Yeah, that's true.
Because both of them look like they were the mishandling of Bob Griffin, even though I can't stand him, was when he got injured. Did you see the final injury of his rookie season?
Yeah, I remember.
He was just running for the ball and just crumbled to the ground because they had the biggest damn knee brace you've ever seen on him. Like, that would be like throwing JJ McCarthy out there right now with a giant knee brace. Like, why? That's the future of your franchise, and he was never the same. Even though he claims he was, but
he was.
Who was drafted the same year as Cam Newton? I can't remember either. Cam Newton was.
That wasn't the dude from USC.
Matt Leinart.
Oh, the other one. He played for Jets. Can't think of the dude's short dude.
Colt McCoy.
Who was the main dude for USC?
I don't know.
He was big hype. Big the next thing.
Sam Darnold.
Oh my.
I honestly don't know who you're talking about.
Italian looking dude, black hair.
Matt Leinart.
You got Jake Locker.
Oh.
He was drafted 8th.
Can't think of his name.
That's pretty much it. Quarterbacks first round, yeah.
Yeah, I honestly can't think of any. But it was going to be Wentz and Goff, but Wentz's injuries just never let him. Yeah, I don't know.
So history would tell you probably.
Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez.
So history says
he came out thinking they were thinking he was the next thing. Oh, sorry, Derek.
Sorry. Yeah, probably only one of these guys are going to work out.
Yeah,
maybe
who's it
two.
Gonna be?
It's going to be Caleb.
You think?
Yeah.
Smart money's on Bo Nix. Honestly, the way
that's
he
my
looks.
Pick. And you got to think this is a savior for Denver. How much bad quarterback history do these guys have? They deserve this. They really do. And Bo Nix is lighting it up. He looks really good. I told Dan that last week. I'm like, oh, this kid looks good. Obviously, Williams, you know what I mean? They knew what he was going to be. They hoped he was going to be that. But Bo Nix, no, he went right under the radar. And this kid looks really good. And he's got some weapons. Not saying they're going to be playoffs and all that other stuff, but he's got some weapons to play with. They might mess around a little bit and upset a couple teams.
Yep. You guys can join me. The Bo Nix train.
I didn't like him, didn't care about him, and I said, damn, last week I said, wow, this kid can ball out.
Will Levis warmed up to you last year, and now
I actually called out Will Levis to you, and you were like, that's my guy. And I was like, no shit.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I promise you. I'm like, this guy, Will Levis. And you were like, yeah.
I was on the Will Levis train when he absolutely dismantled Florida when I was watching it the prior year. So maybe you said it to me before I said it to you.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
You were not on the Will Levis train before me. I'll tell you that much. And Drake May is going to be a bust because he's on the Patriots, and probably the same thing for Jaden Daniels, to be honest, because he's on.
He actually looks
the
good
Washingtons.
Too. He looks good.
Yeah, but it's the Washingtons.
Yeah,
that's just they're perpetually horrible.
They got rid of Gibson.
Yeah, he's on.
I just seen it.
Yeah,
Gibson plays for somebody else.
Yeah,
how did I miss that?
Who's the last Washington quarterback that was any good? Bob Griffin. That was 12 years ago.
I like Sam Howell.
Somebody else in the middle too.
I
like Sam Howell. They just
Alex Smith.
I was gonna say they had Smith,
but
that was after he broke his leg, right?
Yeah. Or
I think it might.
I think he broke his leg for Washington.
Oh, did he?
I think so. Who's your guy? You think Bo Nix is the guy?
Yeah,
from this
I'm
draft?
going Bo Nix.
And don't sleep on JJ McCarthy next year because the dude looked. He looked money.
You seen what I was putting in the docs right after that game until he got hurt.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be what's up.
I think Caleb Williams is the most likely bust out of the top 5.
Damn,
the most likely because upstairs it's all going well for him now in the preseason when no pressure's on. It's going to crumble for him.
I think you don't like him because he paints his nails.
He paints his nails?
Oh, damn it.
Why does he paint his nails? What color? That's important.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Does he put like a clear coat on, or what are we talking?
No, we're talking. It's colored.
Each one's a different color.
I don't know. You could look it up if you
All
like.
Right, next subject.
He's like the hooker from Dexter.
That's a deep cut.
That's the hand. Yeah.
All right. This one's for me. You guys can sit back for a second. So, Eagles 5th round rookie Trevor Keegan has the highest O-line rating on the team through the first 2 preseason games. Now, we talked about this before. You guys probably tuned out because Dave's even leaving. So once offensive line talks, once it's not touchdowns and stats, then we're leaving. Jesus Christ. What is that? Pink and blue? Why is he painting his nails like that? Anyways. So Jeff Stoutland, one of the best offensive line coaches in my lifetime, I would say. Eagles constantly have a top 5 offensive line. And is this Jeff Stoutland training, or did the Eagles just swing in a huge hit on a 5th round pick? I don't know, but through the first 2 preseason games, 0 sacks allowed, 0 QB hits allowed, which is even crazier. And I know you're not playing against the top of the other team, because obviously it's the first couple preseason games, but it's still impressive. 372 pass block snaps in 2023 for Michigan, 0 sacks allowed. How did this dude fall to the 5th round? I don't understand. But yeah, we'll be fine without Kelsey. We'll still miss him, but be all good. Dave's back. Now that we're going to talk about shitty wide receivers. Marquez Valdez Scantling, affectionately known as MVS to people who care, carted off the field with a neck injury, sadly. So, do we have any updates on his condition? Because it didn't seem like it was like career threatening based on what I've seen, but to get carted off the field and then for it to be the neck, you never know with football how it's going to turn out. Could be a nerve thing, could be a skeletal thing, which is the worst case scenario. But in this, it says he was carted off about in front passenger seat, so he wasn't carted off, laying down in the back of the vehicle. So that's good.
Yeah, it's awful. This sucks for the Bills. It's a third of their roster is injured. They already had cap problems. They're not going to be deep. It's going to. Gotta hope Josh Allen can save them, because I don't know. Bills team ain't looking too good.
Make sure you get Kincaid in fantasy, because he's going to get a lot of love.
Do they still have the double tight ends? Kincaid and Knox?
Knox. Yep.
Knox still there? Still? Yeah. But yeah, what are thoughts on...
I just threw this in there. I don't know how much of a big deal it really is. Scantling's only a deep threat for a couple passes a game. But
couple passes a season.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he could spread it out a little bit, but yeah, this kind of sucks for Buffalo, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he is physically okay, you know what I mean? Like, as long as it's not like, oh, he has to retire, then we're talking about how it affects the team, right? Because more importantly, is he? But if he's sitting up in the front seat,
I don't think it was all that serious. It'd probably be something he'll miss a couple games.
Whenever you hear neck, though, it's just scary. All right. 1970s called. They want their quarterback back. Gardner Flint Minshew II, a.k.a. Mustache or Jockstrap King. Come on. The hell? So Gardner Minshew has been named the starter for the Raiders over Aiden O'Connell.
I like it. Minshew can ball. He's been there. He's played with plenty of team. You know what I mean? He's got the experience, and not great, but he can get the job done. He looked good in Indianapolis. I mean, I like it. Sign me on some Minshew.
Yep. He was the best quarterback on the Eagles for 2 years. So I don't know why he keeps bouncing around. It's not his accuracy.
You don't have his size. Don't have a ton of arm strength.
Okay. 6'1", 225. He's not tiny. Yeah. He's not like the little kid from the Cardinals.
Yeah. I mean, every time he's played, he's taken over for somebody. He's done well. He hasn't not, oh my God, playoffs and stuff like that, but he hangs right in there. You know what I mean? They win some games.
Does this change your mind about the Raiders?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Do you think they're better with Minshew than O'Connell?
I mean, the experience-wise, Minshew, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I think that either way, Raiders are done this year. They might.
Where do they finish in the division with this Gardner Minshew announcement?
Last or second from last. They're not doing anything. They'll win 7 games. They're not going to win a ton.
You think the Broncos will win more?
It's going to be close. With what I've seen from Knicks, it's going to be really close. And Adams won't be in Las Vegas by the end of the year. He'll wind up somewhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
Where? Kansas City?
With an injury, he's going to wind up in New York.
There it is.
With an injury, he's going to wind up in New York.
With Daniel Jones thrown to him?
Somebody, the other New York. Oh, yeah? And then you got Neighbors on the other side?
With Josh Allen thrown to him?
Oh.
Nah, we don't need that.
Because you've had
You've
had Adams with several temper tantrums over the past couple years since Carr left him. So that would be nice.
It seems like
Buffalo,
he's getting pretty close to the end. Gardner Minshew, I think, is a backup quarterback. That's where he should be. It shows where this team's at. It's going to be a disaster. I was kind of on the Raiders train this offseason, but they really didn't.
This puts you the other way.
It puts me the other way, yeah.
Versus if Aiden O'Connell was starting.
Both of them suck. I don't know. I don't like either one of them.
Gardner Minshew's better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
So how does this make your...
I'm saying me looking at the big picture today as opposed to back then.
I think somebody like Minshew would have fell into San Francisco, something like that.
That would have been cool.
He would have worked out nice. You know what I mean? He would have went on a squad. I think he would have worked. I'm not saying they're Super Bowl or anything like that, but I think he would something like that where he's surrounded by a nice cast. I think they'd be good.
Or Vikings.
Vikings got some weapons.
The JJ McCarthy's out, but I think Sam Darnold is better than
that's
Gardner
close.
Minshew.
I think they're kind of in the same category. We don't really know about Sam Darnold. Really know, but
all I know, he was on the damn Jets, and people automatically assume when you're on the Jets that they've been taken care of properly, and that's just who they are. I think Sam Darnold is going to be solid this year. Anyways,
the team he has, he should.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Raiders will probably finish second in the division because I don't think the Chargers have enough to compete. They have Justin Herbert, but what else do they have, really? The defense, which we thought was a strength, which is taking up a lot of their salary cap, isn't doing much. They got banged by the Raiders 63-21 last year. 63.
Well, I think at that point they gave up.
But still,
they were done.
You got to have some sort of pride, right? 63 to the Raiders with Aiden O'Connell. I don't know. That's tough. You think Chargers second then? If you had to rank the division.
Yeah, Chargers second.
Chiefs, Chargers,
Raiders,
Broncos. Wow. Okay.
That's going to be like an 8-game split in that division. Chiefs are going to be up by like 7
Isn't that
games.
Horseshit? This
crazy.
is the same thing that happened when Brady was on the Patriots. He was a guarantee for the playoffs every year because the division was so bad.
You can win 9 games to make the playoffs.
Why couldn't he be in the current AFC East? Like
9 games get you winning your division.
Yeah, but the Chiefs will be 9-1. The Chargers will be 5-5, and it'll be over at that point. Ridiculous. All right. Bob Griffin, some people know him as RG3, answers for who called him Bob Griffin. I've never not called him that. It was either Justin Tuck or one of those defensive linemen for the Giants was like, he ain't earned that nickname. So he's been Bob Griffin. I can't remember who it was. But fired from ESPN, along with apparently a few other people, as promises answers as wife deals with whirlwind of emotions. From getting fired from ESPN after you made, what, 20 mil? That's a happy time, getting fired from ESPN. Any thoughts on this nonsense?
Why did he get fired, you ask?
Yeah, why?
Jason Kelsey taking his spot. Because the black man... No, sorry.
Jason Kelsey's going to ESPN?
Yeah, that's what I read. I don't I don't know if you got it there, but I read that like a week ago or whatever.
But there were Sam Ponder was the other one that was let go, and the reason they let her go was due to some sort of political stuff, where she wasn't falling in line, that kind of deal. Jason Kelsey.
That's what I read. I don't know if that was real or fake. I don't know. Do you want to? Maybe I'll look into
Still
that.
ain't gonna get me to watch ESPN. I'll tell you that much.
Why not? He just takes his shirt off.
This
Taylor
is just
Swift.
Not surprising. Getting crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really care. He can do a podcast or something if he thinks all his stuff is still interesting, right? That's what Cam
I was done with him 2 years ago when he said that he could play in the NFL right now for the Browns and take him to blah blah blah. Come on, man, you weren't good the first go around.
Was that when Flacco was killing it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Last year he said he could play for the Browns.
It might have been the year before.
I think it was
Flacco was last
I think it was
year.
last year. Yeah.
He was running his mouth. Oh, I could play for them right now. Blah 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 blah. Come on, man. Already seen that show.
Motherfucker's knee don't work and he's trying to play. All right, I think that'll do it for us. We'll end on a bad note, I guess. But we got Cash or Trash coming up and more. So we will catch you guys later. The ending came up quick on that one, huh?